I just I make sure that I state, that the integrity of other companies isn't always up to that par. So just be careful and watch out when you do purchase any type of herb or supplement online. And just look for lab tests. I mean, it's really easy if a company's publishing lab tests from a third party accredited lab in the United States, and you can see that it's free of heavy metals and free of, any type of contaminants or pathogens or additives, then chances are you're good to go, and they're probably a pretty stand-up company. There's plenty of them out there, but one bad apple can screw up the whole bunch, they say, so just be careful.
Definitely. And then it can give a good product a bad reputation. And you definitely, I've always told people too, with supplements, you don't want to go and buy them at Walmart, for example. I'm not trying to knock them, but, and the other thing I need to say is we're not giving medical advice. And, for anything that you need to do, check with your doctor. And that's for the sake of the, who. And that's my medical disclaimer. Because you can hardly say anything nowadays without them, complaining one way or another, or it's called medical misinformation. But that's usually about that other thing that's going on that we don't want to talk about right now. But anyway, let's see. I just found out recently because my friend and colleague Paul showed up and said that the show wasn't showing up on YouTube and Facebook, which it should have been, so I had to go and check and found out that it was off. So from the previous show, and I didn't realize it. So now I turned them all on, so people are going to be seeing us in the middle of the show, and that's okay. We will upload the full version later afterwards. It just might take a little more time that way. I didn't mean for that to happen, but unfortunately it did. Many interruptions sometimes. So let's see. Sorry about that interruption. Where did we leave off there? So you have a background in herbs, right?
Yeah. So I studied under Ron Teagarden, who's the founder of Dragon Herbs. He's a master herbalist for traditional Chinese medicine.
Oh,
And I worked with him in LA for a little bit. I worked on several projects with him and his team. And at the time, I was actually working really closely with the tribes in Ecuador that would harvest heirloom cacao, Criollo, Arriba Nacional cacao from the rainforest down there. And we did a project with Ron Teagarden where we infused his herbs into our cacao and made this amazing tonic herb chocolate. So he actually still produces some of those products, but that was a formula and a recipe that I helped out with. And I'm really grateful for everything that he's done to just put me on my path towards herbalism. And, reading his books and learning directly from him about Chinese medicine has been a huge, huge impact on me in my life. That's also kind of how I got into Shilajit originally. And once I learned more about Shilajit, I dived into Ayurvedic medicine and have been, really deeply studying Ayurvedic medicine for the last couple of years now.
yeah, it is very interesting type of medicine, I think, and it's very ancient, just Chinese medicine, and it makes it very complementary at the very least to say, to Western medicine, which has a lot of problems as far as I'm concerned, but we won't go there. Um, uh, but Ayurvedic medicine is fascinating, and so is herbology. I don't know how much background you have in that herbs, but what you said, that's a lot. I mean, that's the master herbalist in Chinese medicine. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and finding a way to really bridge my passions, I think, has helped me to stay focused and be consistent in my mission and what I really am out here to accomplish. Because, hip hop music and the stuff that I do artistically, it's really a driving desire that I have to impact culture and to help educate people about my lifestyle and to kind of put, the flavor of what I'm doing out there into this whole sphere of entertainment. And when I finally realized that I can be an herbalist and be a hip hop star and be a family man, and I could be consistently the same person in all of those different roles that I was playing, all those different roles that I wanted to play.
Mhm.
That's when I really started to see the shift and the success that, I knew was always there, and I knew that it was always possible. Um, I'm just now really starting to find my stride, though, and find a way that I can actually, honor my body, discipline my mind, nurture my emotions, serve my society. These are all values of mine. These are all things that I believe are very important. And there's no reason that I can't be that as a hip hop artist. There's no reason that I can't be that as an herbalist. There's no reason that I can't be that as a family man. And in fact, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I should be. So, when we take tonic herbs, when we are, I look at tonic herbs like I do my morning yoga practice, when I do burpees, when I meditate, when I go do a cold plunge or jump in a cryotherapy chamber. I am using a tool that I have access to that is going to help to optimize my mind, help to optimize my body, and help me respond better to whatever comes up in my life. Because we all have thoughts, we all have emotions, but we're not our thoughts and emotions, right? How we
Right.
respond, how we respond to those things
Yes.
often determines the quality of our day. How we respond to our thoughts and emotions as they come up. And
Plus, it's like grabbing hold of them and keeping them in check.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with a clear mind, with that mental clarity, you're going
Yes.
to be able to make much better decisions in those moments. And we are able to be response able. We're response able humans when we're giving ourselves the right nutrients. So
That's so
that's
important.
it's my mission. That's in a nutshell. That's my mission. I want to help. I think Thich Nhat Hanh, who recently passed away, he's one of the people that I really looked up to and admired. Thich Nhat Hanh, I believe he said, in order to heal the environment, we must first heal the environmentalist, and that has been a basis of my health and wellness journey for years and years and years. I do believe that in order to serve the world, we need to first make sure that we're living at our highest self. We have to be fully optimized to serve the most people. So if I can help others optimize their life, optimize their body, optimize their mind, nurture their emotions, expand their prosperity, shine their soul, if I can help people do those things, then I'm doing my job. That's what I'm here to do. And
That's
that's
beautiful,
this is
Benjamin.
just
That's
one.
beautiful. It
Thank you,
really is.
Gail. And I see, I see that you're a woman on a mission that is very much the same, activating people, getting information out there, giving people the awareness that they need to make these response able decisions. So I
'Cause
appreciate your work, and I appreciate being here.
thank you, thank you. It just reminds it's the change that we need to make starts right here, you know, and working on ourselves, getting ourselves to our optimal level is so important, and it's not easy these days. It really isn't. So having some tools or having some uh, remedies or health tools that can help enhance things in a foundational product like this sounds like it is. I just started using it, and I have to say I did notice it when I first took it, um, and now I'm starting to. But I've been a little inconsistent, and so now I'm being a little more consistent, and it's all good. So I hope everyone enjoys this. So why don't we, because we some of the people missed some of this, why don't we go just a real quick review um, over about um, the product itself, the
Yeah.
Sherpas, and that is a rejuvenating um, type of tonic. If you don't mind, I
No,
think
of
that would be
course. Yeah. So I have a jar of the resin right here. We also make this in a liquid form, but it's Gold Grade Shilajit resin that's harvested by hand by the
I,
Sherpas in Nepal. Oh, she's got the liquid. Look at
I
Gail
got
on
a
top of
little
things.
bit.
So this is an ancient mineral resin that is the result of the most resilient plants and botanicals that grow above the tree line in the Himalayas. They decompose, return to the earth, and then bubble back out of the earth during the summer months after hundreds or even thousands of years. So the result that you get after the Sherpas go up and collect and then purify this is this beautiful black resin that's completely water soluble. Now, this resin, You can't smoke it, so don't try to do that because it won't light on fire,
Okay.
but, it will dissolve into water. It dissolves into coffee, tea, any warm beverage really easily,
Uh-huh.
and you can even just put it right under your tongue if you want to, if you're brave enough, but, it has a really earthy, very complex flavor profile, so it plays really well with chocolate, plays really well with coffee, it plays really well with herbal teas and other earthy flavors.
Right.
But the reason that you want to add this to your beverage every morning is because it is packed with 50,000 unique biological compounds that all benefit the human body. You have over 85 trace ionic minerals, you have amino acids, natural steroids, phospholipids, phytonutrients, all types of different base nutrients that we need to function. And aside from all those great nutrients, Shilajit has been proven to convert sugar and fat in the blood into ATP, into cellular energy. It's been proven to increase testosterone in men, balance hormones in women. It's used as a beauty tonic, used as a fertility tonic. They would give Shilajit to people that had fertility issues in Ayurveda culture, and they would see that this was what they would call the gift of birth and the food of the gods. So tons of great benefits. The company that I founded back in September after working with this Shilajit and working with the Sherpas for with the Sherpas for a few years now and with Shilajit for over a decade. I started Legit, Lajit Gold. So Legit Gold, I think Gail's going to link some of the links in her description, but you can go check out more about our Shilajit, about the Sherpas that harvest the Shilajit, and you can find more about me and my music if you go check out Ben Steezy anywhere. So, um,
Yeah, I'll add that in the link in the description. And what I have up on the screen is blackgold.gailofgaia.com, and that goes directly to your website, your legit website.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you just go over to that blackgold.gailofgaia.com, you can look at all of the research papers that we have on Shilajit, some of the other herbs that we carry that go really well with Shilajit. We now have a
Sandra.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shazandra berry, which is amazing. We can talk about that if you want to, but I don't know if you got to try these yet, Gail. They're even newer. We got wild jungle honey from Nepal,
I saw
and we're
that
making
thing.
Shilajit infused wild jungle honey sticks. So, the Greek
Yes,
philosopher Aristotle, you familiar with Aristotle?
of course.
He
Yes.
actually recommended Shilajit, and he
Yeah.
recommended to consume Aristotle recommended to consume Shilajit with honey, all the way back in ancient Greece. So, they were
Yes.
very hip to that. They would, consume Shilajit infused into honey before entering the Colosseum, gladiators, when they were going into battle. Napoleon actually used to give his men Shilajit as well before battle, so they'd increase their strength and their stamina and their mental acuity. So, lots of different figures throughout history have used Shilajit with great success and great benefit. Um, William Shakespeare wrote about it in some of his plays. So it's a
Oh,
really
really?
fascinating tonic. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff out there, and you can find out plenty of this info at our website. We have some of these stories in the about me section, and
You have testimonials too, I've seen. Yeah.
yeah, for the Shilajit, especially, like I said, we launched back in September, so we're a very new company. But for people that are familiar with Shilajit and have already experienced some of the benefits of it, they try ours and they're blown away by the quality. So I really, if you're just hearing about this for the first time, I feel like you're being given an amazing opportunity to try some of the highest quality, most beneficial and sustainably sourced Shilajit that's out there. The Sherpas that go up there, they climb up to the 16 to 18,000 feet point of the mountain, and they harvest the Shilajit by hand. They bring it down back into Nepal, and they take it through a six rounds of spring water. They use ice melt from the Himalayas and fresh spring water to clean and purify the Shilajit along with other Ayurvedic herbs. So then you're just left with this amazing resin. as the end result. And when you mix it into any beverage, any warm beverage, it just dissolves and completely becomes one with that beverage. So you can just drink it right there on the spot. It's really good.
Fascinating. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. And I'd like to bring you back on, Ben, if you'd like.
I'd love that, Gail. Yeah, this was a pretty impromptu little discussion, and I'm super grateful that we got to have it. So, I'd love to find out what the audience thought and what they'd like to know about, and come back a little bit more prepared to talk about some, go in depth with these herbs and a little bit more of my story if you want to.
Yes, I would like to get more information for people out there about herbs. And I wasn't thinking you were an herbalist. And so we can take advantage of your knowledge there and we can get it out there if that works for you. And so I'll be in touch and I'll let you know. And I'll send you links when this is completed. And I will have to fix the YouTube link because I didn't have it turned on right away. So I'm going to have to fix that. But anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me today and explaining this wonderful product to people. And I really hope they try it. So far, I like it. I haven't been using it very long, but so far so good. And I feel great. And thank you, Ben. We'll see you
Yeah,
soon.
awesome.
So
Thanks a lot, Gail. Appreciate
bye,
you.
everybody. Thank you for listening. And we will talk again soon. Thanks. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Love you all.